They've got games in between, just Tottenham and Manchester United as well, but that's the thick end of the season. How much actually had it changed before the first goal on the hour mark?
Well, you know, they were still getting close, they're still getting tight, but like Eddie said, they had to pass the ball a bit quicker. Obviously, had to make some changes, and you know, people got a lot closer to them. And then once we started to win the ball further up, then you're able to make the moves like Eddie made. You're able to get runners, you're able to get at Oxford, and that's what we've done. Got closer to them.
I think they listened to you, Righty, to be honest. No, the big difference was spacing behind, run, and even if the ball doesn't come, then Vieira gets those pocket spaces more. They stretched the game a lot more, and that's where the control that Eddie was speaking about started to happen. We have to make runs in behind. I thought that was the difference.
So the two names, obviously, Nketiah is one of them, and Vieira is the other one involved in the first two goals. And the first goal from a set piece, but you could see the quality of the delivery for the header for Elneny.
I mean, the delivery is phenomenal because every defender is petrified about that. But it's an easy header for Elneny because he's just got his pace on it. You've just got to get the connection right. Defending there, it's a nightmare for defenders. He's free in the end, but it's just horrible. The keeper can't come out.
He's bent that right onto his head, hasn't he?
Look, you could practice that all day. It will never get any better than that delivery. It is spot on.
That's exactly where you want to put it. You know, goalkeeper's rooted, the defenders are afraid, and you just want people attacking it, and that's what we've done.
And then with the second goal, as the ball breaks for Arsenal, as they force the error, suddenly Vieira's got the little bit of space that clearly Arteta knows he can do something.
Exactly, but the thing is that Vieira was the one who's putting the pressure in the first place. Granit Xhaka wins it, but this is what Eddie's good at. That is where you want to get the ball. That's what you want to be doing. You want to be stretching them, opening up the space so as Vieira can get into the holes where he finds himself now. So now look at him just pulling off. Look at Eddie. This is perfect, and he's got that calibre, of that quality calibre player he is. Look at Eddie's pointing, and once it goes in here, you really do fancy Eddie. This is what he's done from a youngster. He finishes those chances.
I think even at England under 21, where I watched Nketiah, anywhere in that 18-yard box, I'd back him all day. But the only thing I would always challenge him is he needs the balls in behind and in that area, and he needs to get involved a little bit more. But in terms of finishing, there's no one better than him I've seen. Probably at Arsenal that's more clinical and so reliable in the 18-yard box with his chances.
I mean, the stats say that he's coming up to the mark in place of the injured Gabriel Jesus, which is what Arsenal lead. 5 in 5, 7 in 11 starts as well. So it's one thing coming off the bench when the game's a little bit stretched maybe and getting a goal, but particularly with Jesus' injury, this is what he's needed to do.
Well, exactly, and this is why that's why they gave him the contract. They know what he's capable of. They've got faith in him. And, you know, obviously it's sad to lose Gabriel Jesus, but Eddie has taken his chance. He's come in. We know what he's capable of in respect of being in the box. If he could get the chances, he'll take them. And that's what he's done. And, you know, he's filled the gap for now. So all you want now in this situation is the momentum of this, the FA Cup, and you keep it going for the next games and the next games. And he will start, so he'll feel confident and he'll be feeling good about going into the next games.
So when he got the chance here for 3-0 set up by Martinelli, bearing in mind what you just said, Karen, you expected fully him to score here.
Yeah, and look, the finish is exquisite. You know, composure, sees a keeper early, just slightest dink. Again, flick on, wins a header, holds it up. Martinelli then, you're thinking, meet road runners on the ball, and he just goes and look, then the final pass, the wet pass, he's pointing, like I said, into the penalty area, and you back him all day Nketiah in those, and it's just such a lovely finish and a nice little celebration over towards you, right, I think.
Well, the thing is, look how small the goal he makes himself. You know, if you're going to go, then just go and really be big. Look how small the keeper is, but Eddie's done well. Sometimes you know, people don't realise you could get it past goalkeepers, underarms, just by the sides and all that. You don't have to beat the goalie and get it over into that space, just get it through them, and he's done it really well there.
The Arsenal subs, even those who came on right at the end, just doing a few warm-downs, Ben White and Emil Smith-Rowe. Everything that we thought about Oxford came to pass, didn't it? They played nicely, but they didn't really threaten in front of goal. Their problem
has been scoring goals and creating goals, because what you saw with a few of their players, they're very capable. Good passers, good technicians, but nothing in the final third.
Sometimes you get a sliding doors moment, don't you? Do you feel that tonight with Vieira going one way and maybe Lokonga not taking his chance?
Yeah, I probably expected more from Lokonga, but Vieira, as the game stretched on, we saw his quality and his assists, and I still think the key thing is his physicality and imposing himself on the game, but I think he done himself well tonight.
I think with Lokonga as well, it's unlike, because like Oxford played very well all the time he was on. It was very hard for him to find space in that. And unfortunately for him, he got taken off and Vieira stayed on and he was able to show the quality once they got a little bit tired and he got a little bit more space. But, you know, you're hoping that at some stage it will kick in for Lokonga because at the moment it doesn't seem like it's happening for him, but he's just got to be patient, I think.
9 Premier League teams have gone already by this stage.
Yeah.
That's opening up the field a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what was interesting. Eddie's saying, you know what I mean, it weren't a great draw. It's not a good draw in respects of having to play City. I'm sure City will feel the same because what you want to do is you want to get the best draws you can to the latter stages. Then you play against the City in the semi-finals like we did before. But, like, you know, you just got to beat the next team.
I'm actually excited for Arsenal to play City. I think now they've really done well this season. I'm like, well, go on. This is the test for you now, the levels that we probably want to see.
Well, they're going to play them again and again.
I'm actually excited. This is where we kind of see what they're made of now, and it's going to be good.
And Arsenal know the size of the task ahead. So they play the end of January, they play the league in the middle of February, then they're going to play them again as well. It's one of those, isn't it? It sets a marker for the rest of the season, doesn't it? What sort of game that might be. You know, if Manchester City were to win it 3-0 for argument's sake, then Arsenal may be thinking, oh, I don't know, are we as good as we think we are up there? So there's a lot that rides on it, not just getting through to the next round.
Yeah, but the main
go
thing,
along with that?
Yeah, to a certain extent. But what you want to do is you want to play in that game and you want to impose yourself on it so as they can see that you're coming, you're there, and you're there for the long haul. So, yeah, you know, I can't say, I'd like to think I'd sit here and not get beaten like Chelsea got beaten there with the way we're playing Arsenal at the minute. But at the same time, we know that's what City are capable of. But those are the games that you see exactly what you're up against and what you've got to try and fight off.
I think with the feel-good factor, I think Arsenal won't be afraid. I think maybe 18 months ago, 2 years ago, they would. I think they'll just go there and express themselves. It's a young, talented group that I don't think will fear anyone. Whether they'll win, different matter, but they'll go and impose themselves.
That really was a proper result. Been a good cup weekend, hasn't it?
It has been good. That's what the FA Cup does. It gives you moments. Brilliant moments.
Has it felt like that this weekend? It's really, as half the Premier League teams have gone, tells a story in itself.
Because it was brilliant moments for Stevenage, amazing moments for Stevenage. Yeah.
We felt it here tonight, even the atmosphere, the result might not have gone the way, but there's the feel-good factor of the FA Cup and we've enjoyed it.
Absolutely we have. Thank you very much indeed.